welcome to another free computer tutorial video on when to buy a new PC. This lesson comes straight out of our training program, and this is a summary video for it. So the answer to the question, when should I buy a new computer, seems to have changed over the years and is continuously changing, but there's one common thread. It's basically when the value is exceeded by, when you're faced with a repair or compromise, and the price of a new computer is the value a new computer provides you exceeds what repairing your old one does. So what I'm trying to say is, oftentimes the decision is very clear nowadays that you're better off buying a new computer, whereas maybe 5-10 years ago, when computers are still $1,000 or $1,500, that decision was much more difficult. With computers costing under $500, most including a monitor, there are some things you should keep in mind, though. One of the little address issues is data loss. You can't really underestimate what people will put up with to protect their MP3s, their pictures, their movies. A lot of problems don't go away if you just buy a new computer, because you need to think about, well, what do I do with my data? How do I get my data over? Other reasons that sometimes some people will buy a new computer is, one, obviously the easiest is if they don't have one now, or two, if there's a catastrophic failure with the one they do have. So you have a surge or something like that and your computer gets toasted. Nowadays, very few repairs are worth making from a cost perspective. In our computer shop, most repairs aren't done for under $100, and that depends if they need to buy new hardware, new software, all sorts of things like that. There are also lots of other real-world examples when you need to upgrade. One, for example, if you get a new job or your needs change and your computer cannot run the old software, and you cannot simply upgrade it to a point where it can run it comfortably. Most good salespeople will sell you what you need at the time, but if your needs change over the years, a lot of times the old computer you bought may not be scalable enough. An example is, maybe it's been a few years and Old Faithful is still faithful, but just lacking some of the features you really want. Some things, maybe you get into games or you get into graphic design and you really want to push your computer, or you start learning how to do programming, or a new operating system comes out, for example, 64-bit, the new Windows Vista comes out, or Windows 7, and you want to have those features, but you don't have a 64-bit processor and you don't have the right hardware. Well, oftentimes you're not going to be able to just upgrade your way into having that sort of capabilities. You're going to need to buy a new PC. The other thing we want to talk about beyond what's in this lesson is, kind of to take a reality check. One thing in this lesson that we don't really take into account is for the reality of people's checkbooks. Obviously, there are financial constraints on almost all of us, and maybe sometimes it makes more sense, quote unquote, to buy a new computer. But if your finances don't allow it, don't put yourself out there. Don't overextend yourself. Just like anything in life, take your time, save up the money if you're able to, and then upgrade. Buying a new computer, can both be very exciting and very scary. It's important just to remember, get a quote on repairs if you're faced with a repair before you run out and buy a new PC, because sometimes it just might not be as expensive as you thought. And sometimes throwing $100 or $200 into your existing computer will get it to last a few more years and allow technology to get much better, and for you to get even more bang for your buck when you finally do decide to buy a new one. So this has been a few thoughts on when to buy a new PC, and you can check out more information at www.beyourownit.com and sign up for a computer training. Thanks.